And Josh Munya got PXC 42 underway with the first fight of the night at the UOG Fieldhouse. Jones looked to be the more conditioned fighter as the fight went into the later rounds. Both fighters were filling each other out with jabs and leg kicks. Tyrone Jones would secure top position when the fight went to the ground, landing some shots. Munya would counter with high leg kicks to the head when the fighters stood back up. Jones would secure the unanimous decision win behind a couple of late takedowns deep into the fight. Shane Alvarez and Jay Tenorio put on a fast-paced fight in the 125-pound division. The fight started off like a kickboxing match as both fighters countered one another in the stand-up game. The two young contenders showcased their scrambling skills, fighting off several near-submission attempts. Jay Tenorio ended the second round, taking Alvarez's back and almost sinking in the rear naked choke. Alvarez was the more busy fighter, ending the fight with the split decision win. Trevin Jones kept the pressure on Ricky Camp for 3 rounds in the 135-pound division. After a slow first round, Ricky Camp came out using his kickboxing to prevent Jones from shooting in. Jones was relentless on the downs, managing to get Camp on the ground, but Ricky was quick to get back up. Camp cut Jones after working his combinations. Trevin Jones put Ricky Camp up against the cage for a majority of the fight for the split decision win. Roman Alvarez and McLean Alfred went the distance in a very technical matchup. Alfred was in trouble early on, getting caught in the triangle, but was able to fight his way through the submission attempt. Alvarez landed several staples to cut McLean on the top of his head. Alfred fought strong and shook off numerous submission attempts by Alvarez. McLean Alfred went to his wrestling and managed to take down Roman Alvarez throughout each round. Both guys very tricky on the ground, reversing action on each scramble. Roman Alvarez stays undefeated with the unanimous decision win. Hawaii's Kylan Curran and Korean top team's Yoo-Jin Jung were in contention for fight of the night. From the sound of the bell, Jung came out of her corner, throwing everything she had, backing up Curran at the start of the round. Kylan stayed composed and fired back with shots of her own. The Hawaii fighter used her leg kicks to keep Jung from shooting in and picked her shots, exchanging with their Korean opponent. Curran landed a solid shot to the midsection of Jung that stunned her and followed up with some punches. The fight went 3 tough rounds with neither fighter looking to take it to the ground. Curran's experience paid off, winning by unanimous decision. Kyle Boom Rages did all he could to try and finish Japan fighter Yasuki Yachi in their 145-pound fight. After cutting the Japan fighter over his eye, Rages looked to try and finish him off. Yasuki Yachi kept the distance and didn't allow Kyle to get comfortable with his hands and closed the distance. Boom took the back of Yachi, almost sinking in the rear naked choke, but couldn't squeeze it in. The Japan fighter kept his distance, using the cage to his advantage, and walked away with the unanimous decision win. Frank the Crank Camacho faced the very experienced Kaita Nakamura in the co-main event fight of PXC 42. Camacho dropped Nakamura to one knee after landing a big right hand. Kaita pressed Frank against the cage and forced him to use a lot of his energy, preventing the takedown. Nakamura showed his strength, continuously going in for the takedown. Kaita Nakamura would split Frank open with the cut as the first round came to an end. The last round saw Frank defend the takedown well and return the favor, cutting Nakamura open with a hard shot. As the 10-second count sounded off, Frank the Crank Camacho turned it up, hyping the crowd and walking away with the unanimous decision win. In the main event fight of the night, Hilo's Toby Misech looked good with his hands against the champion Jang Yong Kim. Kim seemed frustrated not being able to get his hands on Misech and take the fight to the ground. Toby used his hand speed to land several punches, then back away from any danger. Misech buckled the champ early in the fight but couldn't follow up for the finish. Jang Yong Kim weathered the storm and landed a shot of his own that put the challenger down. Toby attempted to recover from the shot but would later get taken down. Once the fight went to the ground, Kim showed his strength and pulled off the submission win after securing the Kimura, forcing Toby to tap.